Unity Academy stood as the premier institution for intergalactic cooperation, attracting students from all across the galaxy. With hundreds of alien species converging on its campuses, students were exposed to cultures, biologies, and experiences vastly different from their own. Among these diverse offerings was a notorious course, dreaded by many but required for those studying physical fitness or interspecies cooperation. Physical Dynamics for Multi-Species, Harmony, better known as the Impossible Gym class. For years, this class had earned a near-legendary reputation for its difficulty. It was said to be designed by the Valen, a fierce aquatic species whose physiology demanded both extreme endurance and strength. What most found impossible, the Valen considered basic training. Many other species struggled through the course, finding their bodies completely unsuited to its tests. Still, it was considered a rite of passage, one that very few completed with anything more than a passing grade. Enter the humans. The term Deathworlders had been assigned to species from planets classified as death worlds, where the natural environment was highly dangerous and often life-threatening. Earth was one such planet. The humans, a relatively new species on the galactic stage, were known for their adaptability and resilience, but not many species had seen their capabilities up close. Now, 5 human students were enrolled in Physical Dynamics for Multi-Species Harmony, much to the interest of their classmates. On the first day, the 5 humans Josh, Elena, Alex, Naomi, and Greg walked into the gym with eager smiles. The alien students, including Frelixians, Slindar, and Rollicans, exchanged nervous glances. Professor Thylin, the Valen instructor with a no-nonsense attitude, slithered into the room. Her long, eel-like body moved with practiced ease, her sharp eyes scanning the class. "Welcome," she began, her voice smooth but stern. "In this class, we will test your strength, endurance, agility, and ability to adapt. You will push your bodies beyond their limits. This is no place for weakness." She paused, her eyes falling on the human students for a moment longer than the others. "There will be no exceptions." The first challenge was introduced, the grip of tenacity. A towering wall of smooth, colorful stones stretched upward, its peak disappearing into the high ceiling of the gym. The objective was simple: scale the wall. Of course, there was a catch. The holds were not static. They shifted, rotated, and occasionally delivered a small electric shock if gripped too hard or too lightly. For many species, including the reptilian Frelixians with their delicate claws, or the Slindar, whose lightweight frames struggled with gravity, this was a daunting challenge. One by one, the alien students attempted the climb. The Frelixians slipped and struggled to hold on, and the large, muscular Rollicans found themselves weighed down by their own mass. The Slindar, agile but too fragile, made little progress before being forced to descend. Then, it was the humans' turn. Josh, tall and lean with a carefree grin, went first. With a quick glance at the wall, he leaped onto it and began his ascent. To the astonishment of the alien students, he moved with ease, adapting to the shifting stones without hesitation. His hands adjusted instinctively to the changes in the holds, and when one of them gave off a shock, he merely shook it off and continued upward. Elena, small but muscular, followed next. She practically danced up the wall, her body moving with precision and control. The other humans followed, each one scaling the wall as though it was a playground challenge rather than a nearly impossible feat. They reached the top in record time, looking down at their classmates with a mix of surprise and amusement. Professor Thylin watched them closely, her expression unreadable. The humans had passed the first test, but that was only the beginning. Over the next few weeks, the class was introduced to increasingly difficult trials. One such test was the Agony Run, an obstacle course that combined elements of agility, strength, and survival instincts. It was a nightmare for most species. The course included rapidly shifting platforms, gravity wells that pulled and pushed in unpredictable ways, sections submerged in freezing water, and narrow passages filled with toxic gases. Most students barely made it through the first few sections without collapsing from exhaustion or injury.